Okay.
Good? All right. Hey everybody, Matt Schaefer here. I'm an empowerment, connection, and relationship coach for women. I currently run courses for over 10,000 women in about 50 plus countries around the world. I'm obsessed with the work that I do, and I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have created the impact that I've created over the last 2 years in my business without Miss Bonnie Fay and the magic that she's worked for me in helping free up my time and energy. Because let me tell you, 2 years ago, heck, not even 2 years ago, even a year ago, when I met Bonnie, gosh, 8 months ago, when I met Bonnie, I was suffering from adrenal fatigue. I had burnt myself out over the course of the last year, building my business, working 16 hours a day, drinking caffeine, and my health was bottoming out. I was paralyzed by anxiety. I was super overwhelmed. I felt like I needed to do everything in my business myself. Does that sound familiar? I was a control freak and I was editing all my own YouTube videos and spending like 20 hours a week on that and working 60 plus hours a week, a lot of which was spent doing stuff that really I didn't need to be doing, but I didn't realize that because I had a lot of fear of letting go of those aspects of my business. And thankfully, I met Bonnie, and through her just coaching and her brilliant insight, one piece at a time, we began bringing people into my team that helped basically liberate me from the grind that I had been suffering from, and it started off with the hiring of my graphic designer, this editor that I've created, that I found in the Philippines with Bonnie's help. I mean, this is a guy who he edits all my videos, and I had created the story that I had to, nobody could possibly edit my videos better than me, right? And Bonnie helped coach me into a place of understanding and recognizing that maybe, just maybe, someone could do at least as good a job as I could. And the first video that Francis, my graphic designer, edited for me was like night and day. It was professional on a level that I had never experienced with any of my own work. And it actually excited and inspired me to up my production quality levels of my video, get new equipment. It freed me up to be more creative with the way that I was producing my videos. And I mean, my numbers went through the roof. I started working probably a third as much on my YouTube channel because all I was doing was the creative parts, the production parts, right? And then I was giving everything to him to edit for me. And I tripled my views and my subscriber count. I probably did almost about 1 million views in 1 month, right? Because of this higher level of production value. And just, I was feeling a lot more free and powerful as a creator, right? And without Francis, without this editor, and without Bonnie's, help in that, like, it wouldn't have happened. So that was one dramatic revolutionary shift that working with Bonnie created for me. Another was in my health, right? And in my personal life, because I was healing from adrenal fatigue, right? So part of that was I had a whole new diet. And of course, I felt like I needed to do all my cooking myself. And so I was spending on average 15 to 20 hours a week shopping, prepping, and cooking all my food on a week by week basis. It was a ton of time, and the food was boring and not very exciting. And it wasn't a fun process one little bit, right? So with Bonnie's help, Bonnie helped me understand that, I could have somebody come in, I could hire someone to come in and cook for me, right? And I thought that was only something that Oprah did, right? Or Will Smith or whatever. But come to find out, as I went through Bonnie's hiring process and we put out an ad and we started interviewing people to potentially come in and cook for me, I ended up saving money on cooking and prep. Right. I spent, and the food that I got was absolutely out of this world. Now I get delicious food from around the world, healthy, organic, cooked by a brilliant personal chef. And by the time I pay her hourly and I pay for the cost of my groceries, it costs the same or less than what I was doing it myself, right? Like, go figure. There's so much less wasted time and energy and money when it comes to my food prep. So that was a huge light bulb moment, and it's been incredibly liberating to me. And I've turned on probably a half dozen of my entrepreneur friends to Abigail, to my chef, and to people like her. You don't have to cook everything yourself. So that was a huge a huge light bulb moment. So really, and I mean, at the end of the day, what has all this done for my business, right? Obviously, it's helped me free up my time. It's helped me increase my numbers on my YouTube channel. But just when we look at my revenue, right? Last year, when I was doing everything myself, my 2 courses, I made probably about 40K in my first course launch and then 90K in my second course launch. Not bad, right? But since hiring a team, working with Bonnie, and really like delegating all the things I don't like to do and focusing on revenue generating activities, my next 2 launches that I've done 180K and 125K. So I've basically doubled my revenue. And here's the best part: I'm working literally a quarter as much as I did last year. So, I mean, I'm working 25% as much and making twice as much money in my business. So much so that I almost feel guilty about it, because I remember those days where, dinner was my only break between my day shift and my night shift. And I would work 10 hours before dinner, and I'd work another 6 hours after dinner every day. And now, like, the thought of working after dinner seems crazy to me, right? So just working with Bonnie, and it has just been such a revolutionary thing in my life. And so if you're on the fence, if you're thinking about this, if you think you have to do everything in your business, let me just be the first one to tell you, it doesn't have to be that way. There's so much freedom available to you. And working with Bonnie and the loving, insightful way that she'll coach and guide you into releasing the things that you don't need to do and finding the right people to support you in your business, it will absolutely transform your life. It'll transform your business. You'll make more money, you'll work less, and you'll be able to enjoy your life a lot more. I know I do. So if you're on the fence, dive in. You will not regret it.
You nailed it. Of course you did. So great job.